Hello, welcome to Bob's Dungeon. My name's Bob, I'll be your host. When the Book of Boba Fett came out, I did several videos looking at books for gaming that revolved around bounty hunters. So now that the Obi-Wan Kenobi TV series has come out, I think I'll look at some books that take a look at Jedi. The Jedi are an organization in Star Wars that find Force users and teach them the ways of the Force, and they go out and be the guardians of the galaxy or what have you. And the book we're going to talk about in this first video is Power of the Jedi Sourcebook for the D20 Star Wars game. This book has 159 pages and a copyright of 2002. This book was published by Wizards of the Coast, and all of the artwork in this book is in full color, and it uses both pictures from the movies and some drawn artwork. So let's go ahead and look at that artwork. The art in this book is in full color, with both pictures taken directly from the movies and some actually drawn artwork. The artwork does do good in giving you a good Jedi feel for this book. And I've thrown this last picture in because nothing spells trouble like a Hutt with a lightsaber. To use this book, what you're going to need is, of course, a copy of this book and a copy of the core rule book for the D20 Star Wars game. Either the original version or the revised version. Either will work. But you also need a full set of dice. Full set of dice containing a 20-sided die, a 12-sided die, preferably two 10-sided dice for rolling both percentiles and tens, an 8-sided die, a 6-sided die, and a 4-sided die. This book has all kinds of information in it about the Jedi and the way they will work and operate. This book gives you a brief history of the Force, giving you an idea of when certain big events happened for the Jedi and Force users in general, and about what time period they took place in, usually focusing around the first movie, A New Hope, and it tells you how many years before that it took place, or how many years after it took place. So that's usually how they do things in Star Wars, before the Battle of Yavin and so forth. And this book gives you a resource, all kinds of things you can add to your game. It gives you some new Force skills that you can add to your game, as well as some new Force feats that you can add to your game that your players can use. This book has a few new prestige classes in it that your characters can take once they meet the requirements. They are the Force Warrior, the Jedi Healer, the Jedi Investigator, the Jedi Scholar, and the Jedi Weapon Master. And as well as that, it also gives you some new Force techniques that you could use in your game. It gives you brand new equipment, both weapons, armor, and other equipment that the Jedi may use. Starships, vehicles, that kind of thing. It gives you some new species that you can add to your game, or let players play if you wish. And some new creatures that have stuff to do with the Force that you could add to your game. It also has some new archetypes for NPCs that would fit well with a Jedi-themed game. It has some Force-strong locations that you can add to your game, and gives you some adventure hooks that you could use to adventure in those areas with your characters. But all in all, it's just a wealth of resource for Jedi. It talks about how the Jedi train and how they find pupils and their practices and laws within their organization and what they do with the rest of the galaxy. And it looks at different time frames for the Jedi and what they would do in those different time frames, the different eras of play, if you will. And in the back of the book, it also has write-ups for notable characters from the comic books, the novels, and the movies. And that's pretty much your lot. It's just a really good book to have if you're going to base your campaign to run around the Jedi and focus on the Jedi. And can give any Jedi characters in the game some more options to choose from when you play your game. That's pretty much all I got to say for it. It's pretty self-contained, aside from the core rules. Which brings me to 3 questions. Would I play a character using the information in this book? I'm not really one to play Jedi. I'd rather play a smuggler or something to do with the underworld when I play in the Star Wars game. But if I was going to play a Jedi, I would use information from this book, because it's got some good stuff in it. Would I use this book in a game that I run? If I was going to have Jedi players in my game, then yeah, I'd use this book, because, like I said, it's got some really good information for your Jedi. Would I recommend this book? Yeah, I'd recommend it for your Star Wars game, especially if you got players wanting to play Jedi. Personally, I'm not a big fan of playing Jedi in Star Wars. I'd rather deal with the underworld, the bounty hunters, the smugglers, that kind of thing. But for those of you that want to do the whole Jedi thing, this would definitely be a book for you to pick up for your D20 Star Wars game. So, thank you for taking a look at this book with me, and hopefully you'll join me next time where we'll talk about something else. Bye.